Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. There's a very important point that feel I need to bring up. I mean, I really feel I have to bring it up, big time. And even though this is not, I guess, I guess it depends on the person and their point of view, of course. I haven't really gotten that many responses from as far as like how I feel about fairy beings, fairy beings like elves, goblins, leprechauns, and the list goes on and on. And I explained in some earlier videos, but I didn't get that much response from it, and I had it for like over 5 months, and I got like 14 to 18 views within that time period, and I didn't get any kind of comments. So I decided to erase them. I don't think I'm gonna get that much. I'm gonna get that much kind of attention. But then again, that's when I first started my YouTube. So I wasn't really I know I wasn't gonna get that much attention anyways. I just started out. However, I wanted to bring a point across that I was a victim of sleep paralysis for many years, and believe me, I know what it's like. Sleep paralysis is no joke. It's fucking scary. And what goes through your mind is, am I gonna die? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people will actually agree with that. Am I gonna die? As a result of this, am I gonna die? And not knowing whether you're gonna die or not from this event, you feel extremely phobic, a terror that you cannot even fucking. You have to experience it in order to understand the true terror of sleep paralysis. Not that I want this to happen to anybody. This is something that no one should ever go through. No one should ever go through something like this. I don't give a fuck. No, I mean, nobody should. I mean, to understand it, to really know, then yeah, you do have to. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, though. I would not even wish this, not even on my most hated of enemies. I wouldn't wish this. Sleep paralysis is something that, to really understand it, you have to know what it's like to go through it. I realized a very profound thing. The thing that I noticed, that I read so many books when I was growing up, because I was into the occult, and I read a bunch of books on the subject pertaining to witchcraft, witches, aliens, haunted houses, fairy beings, like I said before, and of course back then, up until recently, up until a couple of years ago, I believed that these creatures were actually spirits, and they had something to do with the devil or Satan and this and that. And I did whatever I could to find out as much as I can about them. I didn't even like chill out on that. I did as much research as I can, and it was always mostly the same thing. It repeats itself. From a lot of books that I read, it repeats itself about what they are and what they do and this and that. There they call them sprites, like evil spirits. And then you start hearing about the folklore, about they make noises and hitting pots and pans, and they'll leave like silver or something on your pillow, or weird things for different types of creatures. But when I came across fringe theories, I got more attracted to it more than ever before. It's the fringe theories, the information that actually pans out, because it goes hand in hand with my own experience. Now, for people that are into the occult, Wicca, or anything like that, or anything like that, not exactly Wicca, but anything like that, or paganism. No disrespect intended. But anybody who believes that fairy beings are actually spirits, that they're not flesh and blood creatures, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. It's my strong, to be fair, I'm going to say I have a very strong there's a very strong possibility that these creatures are actually flesh and blood. In other words, they're biological. And I know that from my own experience because I was attacked by these things many times. Many times. And these things were deliberately sent against me by a family member. A family member that was way into some kind of black witchcraft and also belonged to a Masonic order. So these things were sent against me to harm me on purpose. And again, no disrespect, but all fairy beings, and I mean all of them, plain and simple, are fucking malevolent. They're evil. There's no such thing as a good fairy. I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm not trying to talk. I'm not trying to talk shit, and you might feel different about it. Okay, that's fine. But I'm not saying this to start an argument. But there's no such thing as a good elf or any kind of fairy being like that. And what they really are, when I did some more research on it from what I recently found out, that these creatures are not only flesh and blood or biological beings. They have because of their DNA, they have a lifespan that expands up to 1,000 years. They could live hundreds of years of their lifespan before they die. That's why they need to kill kids and drink their blood and eat their flesh or whatever like that in order to replenish their ranks, in order to increase their lifespan. Without them, they won't be able to do it. And that's why a lot of people hear the sounds of little kids laughing when they're about to be attacked in sleep paralysis. It's the voices of the little kids that they killed. And so they can imitate them as much as they can, so they're just stealing all their energy. And it's most importantly their blood, because their blood is the actual main important ingredient. Because there's lots of DNA in there. There's a lot to explain. I don't have time to get through it now. But in my honest, strong, almost certain opinion, I'm not going to say it's a fact because it'll be kind of arrogant for me to say that. But in my strongest of all opinions, I am almost completely certain that they're biological beings. Judging from my own experience and from the fringe theories that I came across in just some books. And not only, there's a lot to explain. They just have the technology to go from their dimensional realm into this dimensional realm, in and out whenever they want. Drop a comment. Let me know any questions, whatever you want to know. Feel free. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Again, any kind of comments, anything you want, or a question you may have. And again, to all of you, take care.